All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening, and thank you to all of you who've tuned in live this evening and joining us on a very special occasion, Third Degree Thursday. We only do this once every 3 months, and this is the last one we're doing for 2018. It is a unique opportunity or a unique evening in which we ask questions about DewPoint. Now, as you can imagine, we do this presentation 6, 7, 8, 9 times a week, so we do not normally allow questions during this kind of presentation. We've got lots of people watching us from around the country. It just becomes chaos. But we do, once every 3 months, allow for one evening where we do allow for questions. This evening, we've got a very special format that we're doing. We have selected about 10 of our toughest wealth engineers, and when I say toughest, I mean those guys that have been out there for quite some time fighting the good fight. Some of them are actually relatively new, but they've been fighting hard, and others have been around for a long time fighting hard in building wealth with us, which is what we're going to discuss this evening. And I've asked them especially tonight to give me their toughest questions. Their toughest. I don't know what those questions are. I'm being quite honest with you about that. They will be asking me, and that is why I look like this, because I'm going to see if I can handle the heat in the kitchen tonight, because they're going to ask me the questions. We're going to do that near the end of the evening, but I want to, for those of you who are guests this evening, to get you up to speed with what we are and what we do at DewPoint first. Then you will understand the basis of the questions being asked this evening, and maybe later on during the evening you'll ask your own questions as well. But let's start. You're sitting in the halls of DewPoint this evening. DewPoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. This is important for you to know. We are not a fly-by-night. We are not something that's blown in from offshore and will blow away later with all your money. We are a long-standing financial services company in the South African context. First registered in 1952. This was our 66th year of trading. So DewPoint is not new. And that maybe takes some of the sheen off of it. Everybody in South Africa likes the new things. We like the new things. Oh, there's this new thing. Have you heard about this new thing? All of these things come in, and all of them take your money, and all of them leave, and as you know, none of your friends have got rich. In fact, I was talking to one of our wealth engineers yesterday where she said, no, Brendan, there's this one lady, and I think she bought a house. I think there was this one. So I said, oh, there was one, was there? There was one lady who went from one of these new things, and one lady might have been able to buy a house. She wasn't sure. Folks, we all know that generally nobody gets anything from them. And so we want you to be confident this evening with who you are dealing with. You're dealing with a real company, with real people. You can see all of us. You can see the offices. And you can go online and do all the research you need to do about us. We're listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital, and you can find all of our licenses as a full-blown insurance company on the FSCA's website. All right. So what do we do? Excuse me. The smoke in the kitchen's already getting me. What do we do? We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider, but what is it that we do at DewPoint? Well, what we have done is we have created a system at DewPoint that allows individuals, South Africans of all types, to join us, contract with us as wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, their task is to build wealth for themselves. You see, at DewPoint, we don't deal with cash in transit kind of jobs and thingies like that. You know, we see them all the time. It's the new shiny thing. You're attracted to it by your friends. They carry you in, and then they say, oh, what you got to do is sell my stuff. Whether it's, you know, imported Chinese knockoffs, or whether it's creams, or whether it's pills or milkshakes, you've got to sell something. And then you run out and you sell it to someone, and then the next month you've got to go back to the same person and beg them to buy again, and the next month the same thing. That is cash in transit. It does not create wealth. Again, I was talking to one of the ladies yesterday, and she was saying, but Brendan, what South Africans want are lump sums. We want lump sums, okay? So I want you to make a system, Brendan, where, you know, I just bring people and you give me a lump sum. Okay, you might notice that those companies don't last. They don't exist. It doesn't work like that. No one can make money out of thin air. And while I know that most South Africans would like lump sums, we're in the position right now, in the particular economy that we're in South Africa, that we have to start building from the ground up. We don't get to come in when there's a big pile of money and just start taking from the money. You guys know it, otherwise you'd be getting it already. We actually now going to have to generate that pile of money. And so here at DewPoint, we do that. We are the creation of wealth company. We create for South Africans a recurring extra income, not a cash in transit. You sell something, you get money. That's not what we do. We create a wealth that's there every month for you. It comes in no matter what you're doing. You might have been working due point or not working due point. You might have been sick or healthy. You might have been on holiday or overworked at work. And every month, your wealth comes in. Your income comes in. That kind of wealth is what we believe will start changing the circumstances of South Africans. Right now, South Africans cannot change their circumstances. If you've got a job, you know better than anyone else that that job is not making you any richer, is it? It's not changing your circumstances. It may well be making you poorer. I don't know if you've ever thought about that. As we see what's happening in the economy, 7 tax increases this year. 7. There was 1 VAT and 6 petrol. They were all tax increases, okay? That has meant that what you're earning has been reduced 7 times this year. It's been reduced. Have you had 7 income increases this year? No, this we know, because I haven't either. Nobody here has had 7 increases, which means that we've become poorer 7 times in a row, okay, here in South Africa. We are not in a position where we can create wealth in any way left in South Africa, except we believe through the dew point way. Ours is a system that's not going to give you cash 1 month and then leave you in the lurch the next. It's the system that creates that recurring wealth for you. We've also created the system so that you can leverage others. In South Africa, we know we're all very busy. One of the favorite things people ask us or say to us is, Brendan, I'm too busy to do this. Folks, we know you're too busy. Everybody is too busy. Nobody's got time. You are working yourselves away in your jobs. And as I said, getting poorer while throwing your time away. Have we noticed how fast the years are passing these days? Or am I the only one that blinks and like the year's gone? It's, you know, it's the middle of October already. There's like 6 weeks left in this year, and then it's December. I mean, how many years are going to pass before we catch on? Hang on, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. And so here at Dew Point, we built our system to take into account the fact that we know you have no time. And we built it so that you could leverage others in the creation of what we call channels here, teams of individuals that will go out and create wealth with you and allow you to be able to create wealth 24 hours a day. Right now at your job, you know, you're working from 8 until 5. I know those are the official hours. You probably work from 7 until 7, but they only pay you from 8 until 5, okay? You're working those hours, but you know the moment you stop working, you stop earning. In our system, that's not the case. As you build your channels with us, you begin to build a system that creates income for you 24 hours a day. There is always someone somewhere building wealth in our system for you in the system that we have created. And so, not having time is not a concern that you need to have at Dew Point. In addition, folks, this is not a job, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't have the hours to do a part-time job or something. It's not a job. It's a tool. We put it in your hands, and you use it when and how you want. That's it. You will choose when you use this tool to create income. And everybody gets to use the tool in South Africa. This is another thing that we separate ourselves from everybody else with. Everybody else you've been to, every other presentation you've ever sat in, what did they ask you for? Your money. You start by giving your money away. Then you have to catch up. You start in a loss-making position. Come and buy my starter kit. It's 5,000 Rand. You've all been there. Or you need to buy your entry-level status. It's 2,500 Rand. Okay. Or, we know we're going to go and invest in cryptocurrency. Totally legit, but you know, they just want 35,000 Rand from you to get you started. Everybody is always in a loss-making position before they started. It is why most people are so skeptical. So skeptical when they hear something else because they've already lost money. Most of you, I would imagine, have already lost money on something that blew in through the KZN harbour to Joburg and back out again. Am I right? They all lost money. Oh, we want lump sums. Okay, well, the lump sum was you giving a lump sum of your cash to someone else. That's what the lump sum was. All right, no, here we don't ask for your money. There's no starter fee, no starter kit, no cost for application forms, no training fees. No, you noticed tonight you didn't have to pay anything to come here. We do not take your money. By simply being a product owner at Dew Point, you're automatically a wealth engineer. No additional premiums, no financial risk in your decision to become a wealth engineer. Now, I tease because we think that's one of the reasons why people don't want to become a wealth engineer, because they haven't committed anything to it. You know, so with tonight's special for everyone, we're going to charge 5,000 Rand for every new wealth engineer. You can just come to me, I'll show you where to put the money, okay? into my bank account, yeah. In this system, we don't ask for your money. Tonight, you'll be a wealth engineer and can become a wealth engineer without spending a cent. In addition, you do not need to sell anything. I mentioned it already. We do not sell goodies here at Dew Point. And so this actually frees you up. I know it's not lump sum business like everybody wants lump sums. No. But here we actually free you. You don't have to sell anything to anyone. We're in the business of creating wealth. So your conversation with other people is always about, do you require more income? Do you want to change your circumstances? Yes, great, come with me. There is none of this, ooh, look at this fantastic new cream. It's a magical new cream from sheepskins, placentas or something, and it'll make you young in 5 minutes. It's none of that. In our system, you sell nothing, which means that you're not agents, you're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, you're not advertisers, you're not advisors. You're none of these things in the Dew Point system. You're free from it. And it also means that everybody can be a wealth engineer at Dew Point. It doesn't matter their education or qualification. It means that everybody can be building an asset. That's something we don't do as South Africans. None of you were left an asset by your parents, were you? You didn't get a lump sum of cash, you didn't get a house, you didn't get a car. No, that's not what we have done in South Africa for hundreds of years. Now, there's a lot of history behind that, but that's fine, it's history. Now we need to change it. We need to start building assets. You see, this channel that you're going to make, this team, it will produce a monthly income for you, wealth. That channel you can price and sell to somebody else while you're with us here. In addition, when you pass away, your channel will be handed over to your children, and your children will continue to earn the income you created during your lifetime. Okay, this is, for me, this is revolutionary. This is so different from everything else that has ever been in South Africa. I can't believe, simultaneously I can't believe, and simultaneously I understand why most South Africans don't get it. Okay? Because first of all, they're used to this thing where they'll sell something, they'll bring 20 people and they'll get 2,000 Rand and then it disappears. That's what they're used to. Now we're saying, no, no, no. We're not looking at just giving you the lump sum this week and nothing next week. We're looking at building a wealth for you over your whole life, and then handing it to your children and paying them their whole life, and then to your grandchildren and paying them their whole life. Now, when South Africans get off of this I need a weekly lump sum business to a, hang on, I can change not only my life until the end, but the lives of all the generations in my family to come, well, then we're in a position to start turning this place around, aren't we? Then we're able to really start changing the circumstances of the average South African. And that is what we do here. And we've built it in a way that you can be proud of what you're doing. Because of all of these fly-by-night, weekly payment, lump sum, Chinese knockoff things that come through, everybody's embarrassed about this. They're embarrassed about the direct selling industry. They're embarrassed about network marketing. At Dew Point, you do not need to be embarrassed. We have built everything at the highest possible standard. This is private bank level service you're going to get here. Everything will work that you get. You're never going to have to wait for the delivery of products. You know, you're never going to have to wait for the delivery of your payment. Everything here is on cutting edge technology, the best people in the industry brought together, all for you. And how much do you pay to become a wealth engineer? Tonight's special for you, 5 grand to me. Every other night, nothing. Every other night, nothing. You pick the tool up, it doesn't cost you anything, and you get the best in South Africa. You now have something to be proud about when you talk to your friends about creating wealth in South Africa. It doesn't matter how important they think they are. You can be proud when you talk to them about the fact that you can change their life and the life of their children forever. That is what we do at Dew Point. Now, we don't need you to do any presentations or sell any stock or carry any stock around. We do all of that here. That's our job. Your job is just to connect people to us. You connect people to us in 4 ways. 1, you can pick up our USB stick at our counter here. It's 170 Rand. It's got the presentations on it. If you struggle with the cost of data, the USB stick's your answer. You plug it in a TV or into a computer. Any time of the day, you can be playing the presentation to connect people to us. The second way is you can come and sit in our studio audience, as you guys have done this evening. We do this presentation 7 to 9 times a week. Okay, Monday through Saturday. Go onto our website, look at the schedule. Oh, I can do Wednesday lunchtime. Perfect. Bring your friends here. And we will do the presentation for you. Then the third way is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube any time of the day, anywhere in the country. You'll be amazed. YouTube is everywhere. I've had people come to me and say, no, but we don't have YouTube. Yes, you do. You have YouTube everywhere. You can go anywhere in South Africa and you are 2 clicks away from playing an introduction presentation about DewPoint to anyone, any time of the day. 3 o'clock in the morning, we have people becoming wealth engineers. We've walked in the morning and there's been 26 new wealth engineers between midnight and 6 in the morning. You've got to feel sorry for these guys. What was happening during the night that they decided to become wealth engineers? But you can, with our tool, you can connect people to us 24 hours a day. And then the fourth way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. As with this evening, every other presentation we do every single day is broadcast live across the country. This means if you want it to be live, because many of you this evening said, I'm not going to believe you until I see it. Okay, all right, fine, okay. Yeah, you're seeing it. This is quite live. I can assure you these walls are all real and these people are all real. Only some of them are actors, hey. No, they're all real. They're all real here. But you can watch us live every day of the week, Monday through Saturday. Wherever you are, whether you're stuck at the office, some people say, I can't come here, Brendan, you're in Bryanston, it's inconvenient. I live in KZN. No problem. You can click one button and you're live in the room with us every single day of the week, connecting people to us. As you do that, some of them are going to become wealth engineers like you, and when they do, we allocate them to you and your channel is born. These individuals will go out and connect people to us as well through one of those means, and we will allocate them to you as well. And this process continues over and over again as your channel spreads out across the country. Now we come along as DewPoint, not you, we as DewPoint come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you've built. And without you having to sell a thing, your income is born. It's born. Now, like I said to you a little bit earlier, we don't deal with weekly lump sums because weekly lump sums is the fastest way to take your money and never change your circumstances. What we deal with here is a recurring monthly income. It is genuine. It is real. It will be in your account every single month without fail. You'll get the in contact SMS. You'll see it on your bank statement every single month without fail. When Tim, our financial director, goes to China, it'll still be paid. Have we not seen that before? Okay, no, the financial director's in China, your payments are delayed. When he gets back, he'll pay you. Yeah, no. When you're dealing with a real company like ours, you get paid every month at the same time. But you know what the thing with genuine is? The thing with genuine is that it comes with a price. Now, at DewPoint, I've told you already, we don't take your money. That's not our job. We don't take your money, we make money. But the price you're going to pay for the creation of wealth is the price you always pay for the creation of wealth. If you were going to become very successful in your career, what would the price have been? Your time. If you were going to build a hugely successful business, what would have been the price you paid? Your time. Your time is the price you are going to pay here at DewPoint to create wealth. And this is where we lose people. People go, well, I'm unwilling to pay time. Folks, if you're unwilling to pay time here, then you are unwilling to create wealth anywhere. Because it's not unique to DewPoint. Here and now, in the South African context as we currently have it, we have no choice. It is now time for us to put our heads down, our shoulders to the wheel, and put time in the creation of personal wealth for ourselves. That's all we've got left right now. And at DewPoint, that is what we ask you for too. And for those of you who put the time and energy in with us, we're able to start that process of wealth creation. It starts always with our products. That's where the money comes from. We've got 4 products. Our first one is Access Wealth. It costs you 324 Rand a month. That's it, 324 Rand, not 2,500 Rand, not 5,000 Rand, not 3,800 Rand. Oh my goodness, 324 Rand. And you know, for that 324 Rand, we give you 2 products. We give you a very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. This means that if you pass away from an accident at any point in time, your family get 120,000 Rands worth of cover. There's your money. This changes lives. It changes lives, guys. And then, in your investment account, we take 100 Rand of your 324 and we put it into your investment account every single month. That's your money. That's your money. And it means that before you've even connected a single person to DewPoint, you've already started creating wealth for yourself. Now, our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that 249 Rand a month, you get 1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. This means that if you die from an accident, your family get 1,000,000 Rand. What does 1,000,000 Rand do for your family? I had one of the most senior people in the Department of Education in my office a couple of years ago, and she said to me, "What? No, I don't want this. I'm not paying for something someone else is going to get." I'm like, "No, but it's your children that are going to get it when you die. Are they old enough to work yet?" "No, they're small." So don't you want them to have something when you die and you don't have an income anymore? I think we don't think far enough ahead as South Africans. We've got to start changing the way we think about stuff. Imagine if you pass away, or your main breadwinner in your house passes away. R1 million puts your kids through school. It buys them houses. It gets them going in life. That's what it does. And you know how much it's going to cost you? 249 Rand a month. I'm pretty sure that no one can tell you they can't budget 249 Rand a month to be in a position to pick this tool up and to start creating wealth for themselves and to have that as their backup plan. Then our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It too comes with two products. The first one, and starts at about 299 Rand a month. The first one is funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. And you can pick whether you want 5 additional family members on the plan or 10 additional family members on the plan. It then comes with a second benefit of 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. This means, again, when you pass away, as the principal member of the policy, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your family doesn't have to. This is powerful. I say it's powerful. It is powerful in my mind, but I think in most South Africans, they'd rather have the tent and the 500 Rand airtime. Just think about how much debt you've had to take over from your parents when they've passed away, how much it's cost you. We say we'll settle. Not only will we give you 20 to 30,000 Rand for the funeral, but we'll cover 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that you don't have to. That's what we do here at Dew Point. Then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's $2.99 a month, and for that you get to be a member of our Buyers Club. As a member of our Buyers Club, you get access to our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We've got retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, gyms, entertainment, all giving us special prices, vouchers, packages, account managers, services, all sorts of things. You get all of them for $2.99 a month that you can go out, spend your normal spend that you would have spent anyway, but at reduced prices, at better services, with better packages, and all sorts of things to reduce your monthly expenditure. At Dew Point, we do both. We increase your wealth and we decrease your expenditure. Watch the training videos, guys, on these products. Go and watch them. They're on YouTube and on our website. And once you've watched them, you'll know how to use the products and you will understand why they are market leading in their categories. We don't know of anyone who has created products that are so South African friendly as ours, with the benefit of being able to get the Dew Point system attached to them as well. So folks, that puts us now in the position to start creating wealth for you. At Dew Point, we give you 27.50 Rand for every product payment made in your channel, every month that it's made, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. Sounds complicated, but it's super simple. This is how it works. You're going to go out, you're going to connect people to us. Some of those people you connect to us are going to become wealth engineers like you. They're going to pay for their product. When they do, we give you 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand, not for each person, for every product. Yes, I know it's not a lump sum. But instead of being a lump sum, it's 55 Rand for every product, every month that it is paid. This can happen your whole life because none of our products go off in the garage. They don't expire. They don't have to be renewed. Every month, our automatic debit order system raises those debit orders, and every month, your 55 Rand comes in. Now, if that individual takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3, you get 165 Rand. They take 4, you get 220 Rand. Not once, every month that money comes in. We create life-changing wealth here, not weekly tidbits that are there and then gone and then there and then gone. Every month, you know the money's coming in. Every month, you can rely on it as it creates wealth for you here at Dew Point. Now, these guys go out. They're going to do the same thing. Connect a few people. Some will become wealth engineers like you. Again, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand for each product they have every month that it's paid. On one product each, look at this example. You've put a handful of people in. You're now earning 1,000 Rand a month. 1,000 Rand a month. You have really done nothing. And you're on 1,000 Rand a month with us. That's 12,000 Rand a year extra income. None of you are going to have quit your jobs to do this. None of you. You pick the tool up, you add it to your life. You still get your income every month, but about halfway through the month, we put 1,000 Rand in. 1,000 Rand in. Okay, now 1,000 Rand's a start. Let's get going. Put a little bit more time, a little bit more effort in, and you can continue to grow your channel. And you will earn on every point in your channel at a diminishing rate down to the 8th point. But from the 8th point on, the diminishing stops. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited earning potential, because from that point forward, every product on every point in your channel where you qualify to earn, you get 4% of 27 Rand 50. This means you can build a channel that's 25 points big, 50 points big. Hand it to your children, they can build it to 100 points, and they can earn on every single point, on every single product, as long as they qualify to earn. You have no limit to your potential here. We have created something that will transcend the generations. It'll go from one to the next as people build wealth, one generation after another, with us here at Dew Point. This is what we need. What we don't need is a promise of something that might pay every week and might be a lump sum or might not, and then disappear with your cash. We need a promise that every month we know that we've built something that will change our lives. So we have to pay the price of time. That's what I said. If we're going to build genuine wealth, it always comes with the price of your time. So how much do you have to pay? What is the price you're going to pay here at Dew Point? Well, we did a whole lot of maths. 2 decades of data, all sorts of things that we considered in it, one of which was the fact that you don't have time. That was one of the things we considered. We said, you do not have lots of time, you're busy. So we came up with a growth rate formula. You've got to be growing if you're going to earn. And we call it the 3+2 growth rate formula. What it says is that you come in, and your responsibility is just to connect people. How many people you got to connect? Well, we say 3 in your first month. 3 people in an entire month. Not 30, not 50, not 1,000, just 3 people in your first month. So that's between now and the 11th of November, 3 people. Do you think you can find 3 people? I think you can find 3 people. If you don't think you can find 3 people, sure, but you better come and talk to me afterwards. We've got other issues we have to deal with. All right. 3 people in a month. Then 3 plus 2 says every month thereafter, every single month thereafter, you are responsible for just connecting 2 people to your first point. Just 2. 1 every 2 weeks. 1 every 2 weeks. Now I'm going to ask you, do you think that's an unreasonable request? Some of you will say no. Some of you that have been here a while will say, oh, 2 people a month, it's difficult. Yeah, it is difficult. It depends on your circumstances. It depends on your time. It depends on all sorts of things. But we think 2 is fair enough. We say every month you have to find 1 person every 15 days and connect them to your first point. If you're able to do that over time, if you can do that over time, then we can start to measure how your wealth will grow with us. Can you do it for 6 months? 3 people, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, you're on 2,500 Rand a month. All you have done is connect 2 people a month, and you are on 2,500 Rand a month every single month. That's 30,000 Rand a year that you have created for yourself. That's Christmas. Christmas is 6 weeks away. Well, let's call it 8 weeks away if we go into December. 8 weeks from now, can you feel the panic rising? I can feel the panic rising. Hey? This has not exactly been a lucrative year for the average South African, has it? Okay. So if all you ever got out of Dew Point was 30,000 Rand a year, would it not be nice to know that Christmas is paid for? I think you can pull off a decent Christmas with 30,000 Rand. I'm not sure if my wife could, but you guys could definitely pull off a decent Christmas with 30,000 Rand a year. That's what you got. That's your minimum. You've done 6 months effort, 3 plus 2 plus 2. Now, if you give us another 6 months, you do it until a year. That's this time next year. As you're about to enter another Christmas, that 2,500 a month will have become 9 to 10,000 if you've been consistent. Now, 9 to 10,000 Rand, we're starting to change lives. I know you saw these things on WhatsApp and Facebook where they said 3 months and you'll be on 100,000 Rand and they'll pay you weekly and I'm earning 600,000 a week and look at my Ferrari and look at my Range Rover, and none of it exists. Go out and ask all your friends if they've seen any. Doesn't exist. No, here we're going to be real with you. We're going to say 1 year. All you've had to do was connect 2 people every month. That's all you had to do. Whether they paid or didn't matter. Whether they duplicated and did what you did or not, it didn't matter. We didn't ask you for that. We asked you just to keep connecting 2 people a month. If you were able to do that for a year, well, then you can reasonably expect to be on 10,000 Rand a month. Does that not start to change your life? I think it does. 1 year. Okay. Well, what if you did it for 2 years with us? Because if you did it for 2 years with us, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. That puts you in the top 30% of earners in South Africa. You've gone from wherever you are now into the top 1/3 of all earners in South Africa in 2 years. Now, that's not 2 weeks, it's not 2 months, it's not the first 20 people. It's 2 years. It's 49 people that you've connected to us. If you can connect 49 people to us and stay consistent, we reasonably think that you can expect to be on about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. Is it worth going through them? I think it is, but what I do know is that for many of you, you'll do the first 10 and quit. But I told you I needed 49. And you'll go, no, but the first 10, they didn't pay, and they didn't duplicate, and they laughed at me. And yeah, they are. I can tell you right now that they're going to do that. We're going to ask you to ignore them and just keep connecting people to us. If you can do it for 3 years, it's going to rise to 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do it for 4 years, it'll rise to about 60 to 65,000 Rand. And if you can do it for half a decade with us, we think you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. Now, 80 to 100,000 Rand a month puts you in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. Okay, you've done it in 5 years. So, your question to me is, Brendan, they promised me on Facebook that I'd be earning 100,000 in 3 months. The problem with Dew Point is you earn too slowly. Yes, okay. Well, when you find someone on Facebook who's actually earning 100,000 Rand a month, consistently, reliably, and for their whole life, you bring them to me. Okay, I'd love to meet them. What we do here is we don't give you fantasy, we give you reality. Reality is if you can do this for 60 months with us, we can permanently change your life. Permanently. Not once off, no lump sum, permanently. 80,000 to 100 every single month. Who wants it enough? Who wants it enough that they're willing to do that? Well, there are plenty folk at Dew Point that are doing it. Go to our YouTube channel, run through the section called Wealth Engineers Tell All, and there's got to be over 100 testimonies there now of all sorts of people doing all sorts of things at Dew Point. Every month we've got fresh people up here. At least one fresh face a month, but we put 2 or 3 people up every month for you to see how people are building wealth. They have jobs, they have lives, they have children, grannies have died, granddads have died, uncles have died, they've got people in other provinces they have to meet. All of that is the same as for you, but they've picked up the tool and they've done the work and they've changed their lives. That is what we leave with you this evening. That is what Dew Point is about. It is about the decision to start spending your time differently. Not chasing the fantasies and the false promises, but with a determined effort to change your entire future, not just next week's income. That's what we're doing and looking for. If you want to become a wealth engineer with us, well then, it's really simple. You go to our website, you click on dewpoint.net, you click on the join button, you fill out the form, and you're a wealth engineer tonight, having spent zero money. Zero money. And tonight, you can start building your wealth with us here at Dew Point. All right, now folks, we know that you may not necessarily know how to do this, so we're going to teach you how to do it. We're going to take you by the hand, and we're going to take you from beginner through to expert through our XP Rewards training program. It is a program designed to motivate you to build wealth and to reward you along the way, because it's hard work. It's not 2 months worth of work. It's not the first payment and then you give up. It's 60 months of hard work. And so we motivate you through the way by saying, let's train you. We give you XP points where you complete the training, you accumulate the XP points, and your channel starts growing. And where you meet the 2 criteria of experience and channel size, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, you're starting to meet milestones in the creation of your own wealth. And as you reach each milestone, each rank, we reward you. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. You can get it quickly. As it gets a little tougher, well, the cash starts getting a lot more serious. Then at about rank 5, we start to reward you with tools. And they're going to help you connect people to Dew Point. At rank 5, it is a lightning memory stick. It's got everything you need on it, and it plugs into every single electronic device. It means you can be connecting people anywhere, anytime to us. Then at rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards, custom made for you, that are gold gilded. Not gold printed, gold gilded. I'm waiting. Somewhere along the line, one of our rank 7s is going to go and chip off all the gold and then go and sell it. But folks, you get a set that's made for you. When you hand people business cards that are worth 12,500 Rand, they're going to want to know what you do. And they're going to want to know who Dew Point is. It is a tool of connection. Then at rank 9, as long as you can maintain your channel size with us, every year that you do for the rest of your life, not a lump sum, not a weekly, every year for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away Not just you and your family away. On a 5-star trip, business class, all expenses paid. Okay? I have seen so many promises out there over the last couple of years of holidays and this thing and that thing, and take you to China, and take you to Hollywood, and I have not heard of anyone go, and I certainly haven't heard of anyone going with their family. Now, we go every year, guys. We go every year. I don't have to show you fake internet pictures or anything like that, or video. I'll show you the real deal. We're going on the 8th of December. It's less than 2 months now. Less than 2 months. And we're on the plane. We're on the plane. Donnie's getting a feeling for it now at the legroom here. Do you feel it? Business class, 5-star, Heritage Latalfia Hotel. That's where we're going to be on the 8th of December. For those who do the work and put the time in, this is the reward. For those who quit because the first 20 people didn't do anything, they don't get there. They don't get there. Talk to any one of the rank 9s. They'll tell you how many hundreds of people they've worked through to get there. But it's been totally worth it, because not only have they created wealth, they are rewarded along the way through our XP Rewards program. And this is what it looks like when we go away.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sand where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Alrighty, that's 8th of December. I think we could all do with a trip like that after 2018. We go every year, guys. We're going to go next year. We've already started planning it. Who's coming with us next year? Who's coming with us? Yeah, book my ticket. Book my ticket. How many of you am I going to even see tomorrow? Hey, how many of you are going to make it past 90 days? Oh, no, but my friend said this new shiny thing pays weekly lump sums. Oh, boy. Guys, I'd love to have you all there, and you're all absolutely welcome. You're all absolutely welcome. Whether you choose to be here, well, that I can't answer for you. I can assure you it's going to take time to get there. You all can make it. Average time, if you're going to add 2 people a month, is 19 months. to get to rank 9. 19 months. That means you don't go next year. It means you go the year after. But we've had people make it in 16 months. We've had people make it in 11 months. And we've had people make it in 5 months. It's your decision. How much effort and time you're going to put in. We don't build for the short term here. This is not a cash in transit business. We build long term. We're looking for people who want to build permanent wealth, permanent lifestyle change, and permanent peace of mind. That's what we do here. If you do rank 9, it's likely you'll do rank 11. We have had people who move through to rank 11. And rank 11 will give you your own car. It's not branded, it's not financed through us, it's not rented from us, and we don't give it to you and then take it away. That's not what we do here at 2 Point. It's your car. For those that have worked to rank 11, this is your reward. There are 28 mapped ranks in our training program. 28. We've shown you the first 11. What do the rest look like? Well, for those of you who get there and work hard and build permanent life-changing wealth, you will find out what's in the second 2/3 of our training program. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 Point. Everything you need to know, I've just told you, but everything else and everything that you want to recap on is on our website and online. Go to our YouTube channel, go to the FSCA's website, go to the JSC's website, find out about us. Know everything that there is to know about us. Now, as I say, what we normally do is we then close at this point in time. But tonight we have a very special occasion. We're going to get some questions fired at me by guys who've actually been out there doing this. Okay, they've been in the field. They've dealt with all the objections. And folks, as you know, there are always lots of objections because of what's come in the past mainly. We've had our fingers burnt too often. You know, we're a bit shy now to try something that may burn our fingers again. And so I'm going to try my best this evening to answer the questions that they've got. I've asked them to ask me their hardest questions. So not their routine admin ones. You may have a couple of routine questions. We would call them routine because we answer them every night. Those you can come and ask me and any of my staff members afterwards. We will answer them for you. Or you will find the answers to them in all of our training, which, as you know, is only 5,000 Rand a video. No, it's free. It's free. You go to YouTube or to our website or our app and you can download all the training. And in there we answer all the common questions. But tonight, I'm a little terrified because tonight we're going to ask questions that I have not answered before. And we have a couple hundred people watching us live tonight and all of you in the room. So this is going to be interesting if I get it wrong. All right. But before I start, I want to say to all of you, whether you're a guest or whether you're a long-standing wealth engineer, there are almost always only 3 categories of questions people will ask you, okay, or 3 categories of objections they may have to this business. They generally fall into, this is not a real business, or they fall into, I'm worried my ego or pride will be damaged through this process, or I don't know how to do this. Those are your 3 categories. Every question you get is going to fall into one of those 3 categories. And so, as I work through the questions this evening, excuse me, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I believe most of what you're going to ask me is still going to fall into those 3 categories. And so if you know the 3 categories, you're then able to always answer the question. We're not in a debate, we're not convincing people, but we do want to settle people's minds because this is the real deal. We want to get them to the point where they go, I get it, I see it, and I trust it. I will put my time in. Because it's a heavy price to pay time. But we need to get people to that point in time. All right, so let's get started. Jane, come to the front here. Rose, give me your question tonight. I'll get it out the way for you. Then you can relax after that, you see. Come and ask me. Rose, tell me, what is your hardest question that you get from everyone? Talk into the top of the mic so everybody can hear you. So get it over with for you, Rose, because I know you're in sheer agony sitting there. All right. Okay, give me your question.
Okay, the question I have is that...
Eat the microphone. Eat it. There we go. Right in there. Just like it's in your mouth. That's it. Go for it.
Don't look at me.
Don't be nervous. I've got to answer. You don't need to be nervous.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we keep people active and the police is not lapsing?
Yes, excellent. Okay, so let me repeat that quickly. So the question is, you put people into your channel, how do you keep them active? How do you keep them going? Well, you can't, and you don't. What happens is you are looking for those who catch the vision. They are a percentage. You will find both here at DewPoint and at any network marketing or direct selling company, whether legit or illegitimate, the mathematics is exactly the same. For every 100 people you're going to talk to, Rose, only one of them is going to catch the vision. There'll be 35 who take up products and pay and create wealth for you. There's only one out of every 100 that's going to go, you know what, I get it. I'm going to go out and really build now. Okay. Along the way, you'll find individuals who do a little bit of effort. They'll come in, put 5 people in. Maybe they'll put 10 people in. Maybe they'll put 20 people in, and then they'll stop. And there's no explaining it. There's just no explaining it. I sat them down. I've spoken to them. Their general answer is, this is too hard. It's too hard. And I say, what's too hard? Connecting people? You don't have to sell. You don't have, and I go, it's just too hard. And they walk out the door. And I go, look at the rank 9 trip. You're not coming with us. No, it's too hard. It's too hard. And I go, but your job's so much harder. And they go, no, it's too hard. And they walk out. There is no way of activating people. There will be those that do, and there will be those that don't. And your task is not to worry about the ones who don't. You just keep connecting people until you find the ones that will do. That is network marketing across the globe. There's no silver bullet. There's no secret. All right. Good. All right. So who shall we have up next? Let me see here. Norma. Where's Norma tonight? Give me your question. I have to go to the list, otherwise I'm going to forget who all I asked. Yes, Norma over here. Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Hi, Brendan.
Yeah.
For someone who is fairly fresh or those who have been burned in hot water before,
Yeah.
what are other things to look out for before engaging to their business? And how different is DewPoint to other business?
All right, excellent. Excellent question. Those of you who are visiting us on our roadshow at the moment, you know I actually specifically address this. We're going to be in Port Elizabeth on Saturday. We'll talk about that just now, and I actually address this. Because we get so much stuff being delivered in the Cape Town Harbour and the Durban Harbour that blow in, take our money, and then leave, we actually have to dipstick test everything that comes in. If you go and watch any of the SABC interviews and that they've done lately, they've been interviewing the Direct Selling Association of South Africa, and they ask them the same question. Well, the first step is you need to ask yourself, are they registered with the Direct Selling Association of South Africa? That's step one. If they are not registered with the DSA, you know you're going to lose your money. I'll guarantee you. You're going to lose your money, and they're not going to last. The DSA audits every network marketing company that comes in and only allows them to trade once they pass their audit. That means they need to be legitimate. The other things that you want to look at are they local or are they foreign? You see, all these foreign things come in. Do you ever get to see the CEO? No, there's a drawing of him on the website. There's a drawing. Well, tonight you've had the CEO talk to you firsthand. You can come visit me here Monday through Saturday. I'm right here. If you live in KZN, you know you can pick the phone up and call me. If you live in Springbok, you can call me on the phone. You know where I am. You can't do that, you should immediately be skeptical. Have they got an office? Can you see the physical, tangible office? No, they've got a website, but the website doesn't quite work. There's a couple of pages yet that don't work. These are warning signs for you. Then you need to ask yourself, well, what kind of wealth do you want to make? Do you want to make cash in transit, a little bit of cash and it disappears, or permanent wealth? That's something you need to analyze. There is really one, maybe two direct selling companies in South Africa that create permanent wealth. DewPoint is one of them. DewPoint is, I think, the only one that creates permanent wealth. This is a question you need to ask yourself. So if you're going to distinguish DewPoint from everything else, you need to ask yourself, how much am I going to pay to get in? Is it foreign or local? Can I actually see the people and the building? What is it costing me to do this business? These are questions you need to ask yourself. So normal fresh people, that's what they got to do. Get in, ask those questions, and then commit. And then commit. We've often said it. Focus is critical. You can't do 6 different networks. You'll fail on all 6. Pick one. I don't care which one. It doesn't have to be DewPoint. Pick one, focus on it, and make your wealth. That's what you've got to do. Excellent, excellent, excellent question. Good. Casper. Oh, in the front here. I'm making Jane do all the running here. There we go. Hit me with it, Casper.
Good evening, Brendan. Okay, so I've actually, it's a very common objection, but it actually hurt me in a sense because it's a very close friend. And he saw my post on Facebook and he said that I see that you've got an asset of about 1.8 million and you're earning such and such an amount through this pyramid scheme of yours. And I said to him, first of all, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's network marketing. And it's not that I actually went down on a mate and I got the loan, because he said, you're still paying off on the rent, aren't you? You know? So I was like, you totally didn't understand what we're trying to demonstrate, or the message we're trying to bring across. But yes, is it a pyramid scheme or not?
Yeah, well, that's an excellent question, and that's another dipstick test that everybody can do. The question about pyramid scheme generally comes out of ignorance. People don't know what a pyramid scheme is. They've heard the term, and so they're automatically associated with anything that sounds like network marketing. They don't actually know what it is. A pyramid scheme is where you're pouring money in and you're not getting anything out. There's this, you give me 10,000 Rand and find 5 other people to give me 10,000 Rand, and I'll give you 20,000 Rand back. You've heard that promise before. I've seen it before where the products dry up. Oh no, don't worry about the fact that the products are not being delivered. Just keep paying. That's a pyramid scheme. The moment you are paying money and you do not get anything, you are now in a pyramid scheme. At Dew Point, the only thing you pay for is your contracted financial services product. That's all you pay. You pay nothing to be a wealth engineer at Dew Point. Your payment goes to a contractor. You will receive the contract for your financial services product. This is a real wealth creation business. It's not a pyramid scheme. But that is a common objection. Generally stems out of ignorance. There it is over there. Okay. All right, good. So, Casper, fantastic. David Crozier, come. David, I know you've worked hard over the last couple of years. Hit me with your worst one.
Well, it's a simple question. Why is Dew Point so difficult?
Here we go. All right, very similar to Rosa's question. Okay, it's a lovely question. It's lovely. Everything that's genuine is difficult. Any of you guys Springbok rugby players? No? Any of you play for Bafana? No? Any of you play for the Proteas? No? None of you? Okay, why not? Because it's very difficult. Okay? Anything that's real, anything that's genuine is difficult. And what we understand at Dew Point, and that we know is true for all network marketing companies, is that this is a mathematics game. You need to bring more people. The more people you bring, the more money you make. The moment you give up, you lose all potential. What did we ask you to do? Connect 2 people a month. How long? 3 months? No, 5 years. 5 years of connecting people to us. Along the way, many of those you connect, many, are going to let you down. They're going to pay and disappear. They're not going to pay. They're going to cancel. They're going to tell you how it doesn't work. They're going to tell you how hard it is. Okay? It's because it's real. How hard is your career? Any of you going straight to CEO? Like straight, next 2 years you're CEO? No. But I'll bet you when you were like 20 or 25, you thought that that was what was going to happen. I'll bet you, when I speak to the guys that are under 30, they're like, no, I don't need this. I'm going straight to CEO. By the time they're 35, they're back here, and I'm like, yeah, no, it didn't work out, did it? No. Why? Because there's only 1,000 CEOs in the country, but there's 55 million people vying for that 1,000 positions. It is hard. Everything is hard. And so we put the time in to create our wealth. What we do is we say, where will we spend our time? It's going to be hard. Where am I going to be hard? And we choose Dew Point because it creates permanent wealth. That's where we're going to be hard. Fantastic. David, thank you very much. Francina. Here we go, over here in the corner.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Brandon. The question that I want to ask to you, I've met a few people who asked me this question, then I failed to answer it. That's why I say I must ask you. I must ask my CEO. How quick can I make the real cash with Dew Point?
Yes, all right, that's a great question. We've had that question asked 100 times. That's why we actually have the path to success, okay? And again, if you're following us with our showcase around the country, I actually did the maths and I tabulated it. And I said, well, the answer is you. That's the answer. So how long before I'm making real money? You. That's the answer. It's you. How fast to get to rank 9? On average, 19 months, but somebody got there in 5. How fast to 30,000 Rand a month? 2 years. How fast to 10,000 Rand? A year. But you can do it in 2 months or 6 months if you'd like. What does it come down to? This is a business where you connect people. If you connect people faster, you earn faster. It's that simple. It's mathematics. It's just mathematics. How much is real money, though, Francine? The people, if you think about your life right now, real money is 10,000 Rand a month. If you had 10 grand a month coming into your bank account right now, that would be real life-changing money. When they go, yeah, but there's this guy earning 600,000 Rand a week. Do you want me to make a WhatsApp where I'm earning 600,000 Rand a week? I'll ask Rob. He'll draw the picture. We'll put in a check. We'll have me lying on a bed with cash all around me. And I'll send it to you. It's nonsense. No one is earning 600,000 Rand a week. No one. Not even the CEO of Eskom, and he's the highest paid CEO in the country. Nobody's earning that, okay? It is a lie. It is a fantasy, you know? Like I spoke to the lady yesterday. She said, but Brendan, there's all these people earning so much money. I said, who? No, there's this lady. I said, is there one lady? Yeah, no, I've just seen one lady, and I think she bought a house. And I said, well, it was a big house. No, she said, no, it was a small house. But she was... So I'm like, okay, so there's one person out there who's making... When people say to you, when am I going to earn the real money? They're actually falling into this category. I don't think I can do it. That's what they're doing. And you've got two options then. You can pursue it and say, look, you can do it. We can get you to 10, 30, 40,000 Rand a month. Or you go, next. It's a mathematics game. You go next. Who's next? I'm talking to the next person. All right, great. Coral. Where's Coral? He's over here. There we go. Throw the mic down there.
Mr. Benfield, good
Yes.
evening. Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem.
How's it, guys? Okay, so I've been hearing a lot of objections saying that it's a difficult business and it's difficult to get people to join and all of that, which it is. I'm a very new wealth engineer with Dewpoint. I love Dewpoint. I've been here for 36 days. I've done all the training, and through the training you learn to obviously handle all the objections. To me, it's about you doing this presentation 79 times a week. What keeps you and your team motivated to keep pushing forward?
Okay, good. All right, well, for those of you who understand my history a little bit, my father was the founder of Clientele Life. So I don't know if you know Clientele Life. And at Clientele, I was about 10 or 11 when he started it. I'm only 21 now. And when I was about 14, he stumbled across this new mechanism of distribution of products and of creating wealth. And he did a whole lot of research in it, and he was totally sold on it, which was network marketing. It was very uncommon in South Africa at the time, was almost unknown. And he went, but not only can I distribute products through this, I can start really impacting the lives of South Africans. And so he created the IFA. You guys have all heard of the IFA, haven't you? The Golden Ring. He created the IFA 30 years ago now. It was the early 90s when he created it, and he built it. And I, as a teenager, started to get exposed to the life-changing capability that network marketing has. Nothing in the world today will change your circumstances other than network marketing. Nothing. You can debate me into the ground. You go and tell me what you're going to do tomorrow that's going to change your life like I can change your life here at Dewpoint. But you know, about 20, 25 years later, I was looking at the model, and I was looking at what was happening, and I was going, it doesn't work. That model that they have doesn't work anymore in the 21st century. It's just not designed for the circumstances we're living in right now. I need to make a better one. And so what we did is we made a better one that doesn't charge you monthly fees, one that doesn't take your money away every 3 years, all of that. We decided we would make a permanent wealth business, a permanent wealth business. And what keeps me going is the fact that every day there's somebody's life that's being changed at Dewpoint. There is. There is nothing like pulling someone up on the stage and saying, my life is different because of you. You know, Rob always says, who was doing the presentation on the night? And when they say me, it feels amazing. And they always say me, don't they? But it feels amazing. I sit at the chair there or at the door, or I'm watching it live, and someone goes, it was when Brendan was giving the presentation. That never gets old. It never gets old knowing that you're changing people's lives. I'm not in this as a charity. This is not a charity. I'm making profit too. I have to make profit. We can't survive. Charity and government organizations don't survive. You know that. Look at them. The profitable business is sustainable. That's what we're doing. But at the same time, we're changing lives like no one else in South Africa today. So that drives us every day. We never lose passion here. Oh, thank you. All right, Millicent, you're up. Give me your question.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Brandon, for the opportunity.
No problem.
Often when I approach people and speak to people about the business, they're very skeptical because they've been through all these shiny things and they're like,
right there.
Is there any other way I can join the business without having one of the products?
Yeah.
And why should I take another insurance product because I already have one?
Yes, okay. So, it's a great question. I've been tackled with it myself a few times. And so what I say to people is, well, while I believe that we're in a position at DewPoint to create wealth, we are not wizards or magicians. I cannot create wealth out of thin air. I think, again, there's a very common misconception by South Africans that there is a giant pile of money and that there is a group of people hiding it from everyone else. Okay, I read about it in the newspapers, I watch it on TV. No, the mines are keeping the money and the banks are keeping the money. Folks, the money's gone. The money's gone. Have you seen what's happened up in Zimbabwe this last week? Hey. Anyway, I'm really worried we're heading that way sometimes. There's no money to hide anymore, guys. It's gone. It's in the Boeings we see our wealthy people flying in. It's in the Rolls Royces and the mansions we see on the weekends. It's there. It's gone. We don't get it anymore. We, as what's left in South Africa, have to make a new pile of money. We cannot create it unless we have the production, the sale of product. Now, I could have picked milkshakes and pills and cryptocurrency and all of this stuff, but then you would have had to run around selling it. And I'm tired of selling second-rate, substandard products. What I could do is give you something of real value. And I know, again, many South Africans don't actually realize the value of insurance. They think it's a waste of money. You don't understand how insurance actually holds this economy up. When you die, your children are not put into debt trying to put you in the ground. Because that's what happens. Remember, you don't have funeral cover. When you die, it's 20,000, 30,000 rand for the funeral. Your kids, you know because you've had to do it yourself, have to go to a bank or a loan shark to borrow the money to put your mother or father in the ground. With our policy, you're paid. It's no problem. Here's the money. Boom. And you go and you put it. And your life carries on without debt. When you pass away, your children end up homeless without the ability to be educated. When your car has an accident and is written off, you are now transportless because you didn't have insurance. The concept of people saying, why do I need insurance, totally staggers me. Every one of us needs insurance until you're rich. When you're rich, you don't need insurance. Because when your car gets crashed, you can go buy a new one straight away. Until you are rich, you desperately need insurance. And so, when you talk to that individual who goes, why do I need another insurance product? You go, do you require another insurance product or would you like wealth? No, I want wealth. Well, then tick a box. Tick a box. Which one? I don't care. Tick a box. I'm not in the business of selling insurance. You're going to pick all of them. In fact, the more boxes you tick, the more money I make. So you just tick it. We are not in the business of selling products as wealth engineers. We're not. But if someone says to you that, they're normally down here. I don't think I can do this. That's the category they're in. And they're just trying to find a way out. And you go, next, and you pick the next person. You're just about connecting people. But that's a good question, Melissa. I like it. All right. Couple more and then we're done. Michael, give me your question.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to do a follow-up question before I can ask a question.
Oh, my goodness, two.
Yes.
Okay, it's 500 Rand for the second question. Go.
Okay. It's you saying that.
Yeah.
You always say, we come along as a company, we facilitate the process of the product to your channel.
Yeah.
Can you please try to clarify what you mean by that?
Okay, so you don't have to do any selling. That's what I do. So my facilitation of the sale of my products is me presenting them to you, me designing a website that's got all the products laid out with all the details, policy documents, me filming all the training videos on all the products so that you can have a full review of every product available to you at a click of a button 24 hours a day, and ultimately the application form that leads the individual through becoming a wealth engineer and becoming a product owner. I do all that work for you. You don't have to do any of that. Whereas if you were selling the creams and the pills and the panty liners and the, oh my word, the stuff I've seen, you would have it in bags in your car, you'd bring them out, you'd have to put them on the table, you'd have to talk through all of them. All of that's gone. You've got one job. You just connect them to me, and then the technology and the presentations and the videos and that does the job for you.
Thank you very much, because that's what I've experienced in most of the cases.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And this is my question now. Because we are used to this shining stuff.
Yeah.
and obvious in the field, that's what you get in most of the cases.
Yes, yeah.
And then people are asking, why is your company require that you connect 3 individuals before it open for payment?
Yes.
Not 2.
Excellent question. Again, it just boils down to mathematics. Okay, why not 2? Why not 1? Why not 10? Why not 12? Okay, so if you go to every system, they'll have their own maths. If you look at the legitimate systems, and there's plenty of them, legitimate systems, they have sat down and run mathematics to say, if I get 10,000 people in all of a sudden, will I be able to pay all these people? Now the answer, of course, is no, but we never get 10,000 people in who commit. Okay? The second reason is that we want people to commit to the task. If I said to you, only need to connect one person you're earning, I'd have everybody just connect one person, and that would be the end of due point. It would just stop. It would just grind to a halt. Instead, we say, no, I want to make sure that you committed to the task. Can you find me 3 people? If you find me 3 people, I'll start paying you. From that point forward, I will start paying you. Just 3 people to show me that you committed to the task. So answer part A to the answer is we've got to get the maths to work. We can't afford to not be able to pay you, like what happens when the FD's in China, we can't pay you this month. What that translates to is we messed the maths up and we don't have enough money to pay you this month. That will never happen at Dew Point. Not ever. For the simple reason we got the maths right. And the second one is I want to see you committed. You're going to do it. Find me 3 people. I'm not asking for 30. I'm not asking for 9. Find me 3 people, get them signed up and paid, and you start earning. Yeah. That's it. It's the difference between legitimacy and fantasy. It's the difference between it. Okay. Right. We're nearly done. Tadiso, where are you? Yeah, there we go. Great.
Good evening, all of you. Yeah, Brandon, I think I should, I think I'm in awe with because if you look at the presentations, it's like a cut and paste. It's always the same shirt, the same haircut, standing on the same place. But I'm amazed with the tenacity that you reflect every day, the mood you are in. It's a rare quality, you know. But my question then would be, when you speak to most of the prospects, they say, hey, okay, I have this funeral, but it's not covering my debt because he just turned 80. You know, it's like it's shut them down. The product is not good enough.
The products are not good enough. Where's that? We've got that one here somewhere.
That comes a lot.
No. There we go. The products are not good enough. Yes, that one comes out. Okay. So remember, you know, the 65 out of 100 that I'm going to say no to you. I hear you. So I have tenacity because I have perspective. I know where this goes. I know where it goes. There's going to be a percentage of you. Any one of you can be that percentage. Then I'm going to go the whole way. I'm going to change your life forever. Dew Point's going to change your life forever. That gives me the perspective to give the energy every single day. For the individual coming in fresh who has no perspective, they start saying, well, the only thing I'm going to get out of Dew Point is a product. They have misunderstood what we do. Why have they misunderstood it? Because everywhere else have gone. Every other presentation, every other system has gone, you're coming here to buy the product. That's what they've said. And we've come and we said, no, you're not buying products at Dew Point, you're building wealth. This is a challenge, Tadiso, you will have to face. Practice makes perfect. Over the next 5 years of connecting people to us, you will face that question often where they go, I can buy a Rolls Royce of this and I can buy that. And you will be going, forget about these things. We don't do that. This is what we do. We create wealth and no one can compete with the wealth that we produce here at Dew Point. That's going to be a practice issue. But you know, if you fail, next. 55 million South Africans. Plenty opportunity to practice. But our products, as you know, are not substandard. We built the best products in their categories in the country. I will debate anybody on that. I will prove it to them, not debate it. I'll actually line it up and show them why we did the research. And we produced products that no one else can compete with in these categories that we have. But yes, a natural response. Okay, good. All right, last question for the evening. Sifiso, do you feel like giving us a question? You want to give us one? Yeah, give it to us. Hit us with a question.
Evening, everyone. Evening, Brendan. The question is actually from one of my downliners, my wealth engineer. So it's someone, I guess, someone who's got that, who's got access to radio, to live media. So, so he was asking to say, how does he then actually position Dew Point without actually having to sell the Dew Point products? If he's actually got access to something like radio,
a platform where he can do. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to sound like a stuck record this evening. I really am going to sound like a stuck record. We do sell a product here. We do. We sell wealth. That's the product we do. It is our only product at Dew Point is wealth. So if he had it, he would be doing exactly what I'm doing now. You can imagine I'm being broadcast around the country. How did I position Dew Point this evening? I went, you don't have any money, I can make you money. Click this button. That's what he's got the platform to go, guys, I'm talking to you South Africans, and I know, because I saw you this morning on the taxis, I saw you in my office, we do not have money. I have a solution. It's not going to cost you any money. You're going to pick it up and you're going to commit time to it, and we can change that circumstance. That's it. Dew Point is, I've always said, it's got one. Here's your sales pitch. Do you require wealth or extra income? Yes. Click play. That's what you do. He's in that position. It's a short script with Dew Point because we don't sell products. We sell life-changing wealth. That's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our toughest questions from 10 of our wealth engineers. I'm sure there are more. If you have more, come and ask us. The rest you will find in our training videos. Go and watch them there. I want to remind everybody that we are down in Port Elizabeth. I'm down in Port Elizabeth on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, doing a Dew Point showcase there. We're going to be hitting there at 11 o'clock. Remember, it's a showcase, not an intro, not like this evening. So at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, if you've got guests coming to the workshop at 11, have them tuned into the broadcast at 10 so that Rob can tell them what Dew Point is all about, so that when I see them at 11, they already know what they are doing. So don't bring your guests just for 11. Line them up as we normally do on a Saturday morning, and we're going to have an awesome, awesome day down in Port Elizabeth. We're like booked to the roof down in PE, but I think there's a couple of tickets left, so go book them. Make sure you come along. Maybe somebody doesn't pitch, you can get their seat if necessary. It's going to be awesome. Make sure your plans are in place, and I'm going to see you there on Saturday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dew Point, top to bottom. I hope you've enjoyed it. I also hope you've learned something. But as I said, if you've got questions, come and ask us afterwards. Ask the people that connected you this evening. But what we don't want you doing is walking out of here without this tool. Pick it up tonight. It's not going to cost you anything. And get out there and start working on the right thing, not the wrong thing, the right thing. And we want to see your lives change too. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow at lunch.